Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Diggity, the Rock Reactor, back with another video. Yes, sir. Before I proceed, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what country, what city, what mountain, what hill, what cave, what island, what planet, what universe. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. Yes, sir. Minneapolis, Minnesota is on fire. Shout out to my cousins. Shout out to my cousins out there, man. My cousin Rich, my cousin Victor. Shout out to them. I have other cousins that live in Minnesota. I talk to them from time to time, and they tell me shit is hectic. They tell me, and they're American citizens. They tell me still, you go out, and even if you have your papers, they still harass the shit out of you, and they want to take you in, and it's hectic. It's hectic, man. It's crazy that what the United States has become, man. So hostile, so controversial, so much violence, so many things going on. It's like, and it's not just the US, man. It's the whole world. The whole world. It's like we're moving towards a place where we forget how we was back in 2010. I mean, these things wasn't going on at that this drastic. And it just seems to be getting worse. But let's take a look at this one. Protesters storm Minneapolis hotel where ICE agents is believed to be staying. So they're storming that. They're trying to get them out the hotel so they have nowhere to stay and like the mayor said, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. Let's get right to it, guys. And before we do, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the screen. Let's see what's going on in Minneapolis, man. Fire.
There's news. Fox News alert: an unlawful assembly declared in Minneapolis after thousands of anti-ICE protesters hit the streets in response to the fatal shooting of Renee Good.
The situation turning violent, with one group attempting to breach a hotel where they believed ICE agents are staying.
Wow. Matt Finn is live on the ground in Minneapolis with the latest. Matt, good morning. What are you seeing there?
Well, Rachel, it's quiet right now, but really just a few hours ago, not far from where I'm standing, things turned violent and got pretty dicey. A large crowd of protesters and rioters surrounded a hotel where they believe immigration agents are staying here in Minneapolis. Our Garrett Tenney was on the scene last night. He said a smaller group of the protesters broke into the depot in downtown Minneapolis, tossing around the furniture inside, while others were spray painting anti-ICE messages on the windows. Now, outside, the protesters were playing instruments, banging drums.
You know what's crazy? That most of the people that I see there protesting is white people. White people, black people, in other words, American citizens, people that are not getting deported, people that technically shouldn't care. But it's such, I mean, their presence there is so heavy that it's actually agitating everybody.
And blowing whistles to prevent immigration agents from sleeping or getting rest. Our Fox affiliate reports police declared an unlawful assembly sometime around the 10 o'clock hour. Now, yesterday, body camera video showing some of the final moments leading up to that ICE agent shooting of Renee Good was obtained by Fox. Let's watch that full video.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad.
You know what's crazy? Look. She's an American citizen, obviously. She's a white girl. She should have nothing to do with ICE. But, and this is what I'm saying, that it's crazy how this should have happened, I guess. I mean, this should never happen to anybody. But I'm saying, technically, they should be after, I don't know, Somalians or immigrants, Mexicans, I don't know. But their presence is so crazy that even the actual American citizens are coming out to tell them to get the fuck out. They're a nuisance.
Show your face. I'm not mad. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
Now, Vice President J.D. Vance says that body camera video shows that the officer shot Renee Good in self-defense, but the Democratic mayor of Minneapolis here, Jacob Fry, he is condemning the federal agent.
He walked away with a hop in his step from the incident.
Exactly. It could have been avoided, guys. I have to say, Guys, I'm not pro-Trump or anti-Trump. I try to call it how it is. I try to call it how I see it. But Trump fucked that up when he said that he almost got killed, that the driver, the ICE agent almost got killed. I think that was bullshit, man. Everybody's just sticking to their sides no matter what, but nobody wants to actually address the truth or how it looks like. It's just you either on one side or you on the other side. You're not really calling it. People not really calling it how I see it. People how they see it. People calling it how, depending on what team they are.
There's another person that's dead. He held on his cell phone. I think that speaks for itself. I can see a person that is trying to leave. I can see an ICE agent that was not run over by a car. That didn't happen.
So DHS sources, including a senior official, tell Fox News that about 1,000 additional agents are on their way here to Minneapolis.
Oh, my
scheduled
God.
to surge this city. There's already roughly about 2,000 federal agents that have already been here. So it's very clear that DHS is placing its focus on Minneapolis, St. Paul right now. You know, last summer I covered the raids in Los Angeles. Of course, Fox covered everything that went down in Chicago, also New Orleans. Right now, the focus is on Minneapolis, St. Paul. And Border Patrol tells me the more immigration agents that are on the ground here, boots on the ground here, that frees up HSI investigators to investigate the ongoing fraud. That's the backdrop of all this. That fraud scandal that we've been reporting on, that's also happening simultaneously in addition to the immigration enforcements. Back to you guys in New York.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
And I think it's such an important point. Obviously somebody is paying for all of this stuff.
Yes.
These people are working for people, and our top priority should be finding out who it is that is funding all of this stuff. But as Matt points out, crucial to understanding all of this is the fact that the timing of all of this. You know, you have supposedly liberals, Democrats care about feeding the children and care about these programs that they came up with to feed children and educate children, Somali children in Minneapolis. And then suddenly, as we're uncovering billions of dollars of theft that had been going on in all of these programs by people who are connected to politicians like Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz, then suddenly all these protests break out over what appears to be an incredibly sad situation, an incredibly unfortunate situation, but one where an officer was doing nothing more than defending himself.
But it is tragic and sad, but yet you need to look at what Jacob Frey, the mayor there, says I should get the F out, and I think Jacob Frey should deal with the other F, and that are facts. Renee Good, this mother who has lost her life, got there by inserting herself into federal immigration law enforcement. Fox has confirmed that she was part of a group called ICE Watch that monitors, tracks, and interferes in federal immigration law enforcement with ICE on the ground. We know also through our
that doesn't give the ICE agent the right to shoot her in the head, guys. I'm sorry. The guy just walked away. He could have avoided that. Of course, she should have been arrested. He should have shot the tire. He should have pulled her out the car. They should have chased her down. They should have took the license plates and then, I don't know, run an investigation or lock her up on assault. But he hit her on the side. He still had his phone. He walked away. He didn't have to pull his gun out and shoot her in the head. That was uncalled for. She was trying to get away. She wasn't trying to run him over. And when she did hit him, I guess she hit him with the car, like half the side of his body. But he walked away. There was no need to actually go and shoot her in the head. He could have just, after she passed and he hit her, he could have just shot the tires. I mean, that was too deliberate.
Reporting that she went to 2 other locations the same day before she got to the third one. And in both of those previous cases, she also used her vehicle to obstruct. You cannot obstruct. It is against the law to obstruct federal immigration law enforcement.
Then they should have put her in jail. They should have locked her up when she was obstructing in the first place. That's it. She doesn't deserve to get shot in the head.
She did so by putting her car there. The second thing she did wrong is when she was instructed by law enforcement to step out of the car, she refused that. And then the third thing, which Jacob Frey isn't acknowledging, is she used her car speeding towards the agent, striking him, as we now see on the tape, and yet he won't do that. And the real tragedy here, Rachel, is that this dishonest mayor, Jacob Fry, is literally been saying that ICE is here to kill you. What's that done? It's caused Minnesota's public schools to have this narrative, to believe this narrative, that maybe ICE agents are going to come in this school and kill you and do something horrible, so much so that now they're going to, you guessed it, remote learning. The AP got this email from Minneapolis schools saying that Minneapolis schools are offering remote learning as tensions rise over federal immigration enforcement.
That's right. They're using this as an excuse to basically go remote and put their social justice ahead of the education of our children. Of course, this isn't the first time we've seen this. We saw this all through COVID. I want to move back just a little bit to talk about this woman who was shot and killed. We're going to learn more about who she is. Yeah. What she was doing there, why she was being paid, and who was paying her to be a professional protester. This is a woman who lost custody of 2 of her children and then dropped one off at a daycare so she could go and participate in this kind of activity, taunting ICE, interfering with these lawful operations that ICE is doing. And the question is, how did she get so radicalized? It's not just who's paying her. How did she get, what's going on with liberal white women? And by the way, these are the same liberal white women, I think, who are, you know, moving kids to remote learning in the Minneapolis schools. There's something happening. You know, when they poll them on happiness level, no one scores lower on happiness than liberal white women. Also, no one scores higher for mental health problems than liberal women, white women. Right. And so there's something else happening culturally, and there's something, as you said, that's being pushed by the mayor and other leaders. They obviously have a very strong political objective. As you said, get off the topic of the Somalis and the billions that are wasted that possibly are being laundered overseas and brought back into Democratic coffers. Let's stop talking about that and let's talk about ICE. We don't know why exactly this woman was out there, but I guarantee somebody's paying her to participate in this.
So to clarify, there's a lot of reporting out there. We don't know the custody of the children thing is debatable. We don't know the actual facts. The facts we do know is that she belonged to this ICE Watch group, which claims to be legal observers. But if you are a legal observer at a protest, and I've covered hundreds of protests, they don't get involved. They don't insert themselves in the middle of it. So setting aside the details about her that we know and don't know, we do know she belonged to this group and she was acting on what they wanted to do, which was ultimately to get in the way of ICE, who, by the way, has a right, a legitimate right and obligation to be in Minneapolis because it's a sanctuary city that does not turn over violent, criminal, illegal aliens, which started to be let in mass by the millions when President Biden took over.
Can I just say this? Legal observers. Notice again when they like legal observers. Not during elections, but we'll pay you to be a legal observer and actually an agitator interfere in this ICE thing. But we don't like enough.
Mayor Fry, who it seems to be disappointed that the officer, that the ICE agent wasn't injured more. Maybe if had the ICE agent been severely injured, he would have been
and he'd been injured
satisfied
before and had stitches for this kind of behavior. So obviously he's going to be a little bit wary about it. Meanwhile, in
Wanted to defend himself.
Yeah, of course, his right to defend himself.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
Guys, there has to be a better way, man. First of all, my thoughts are, like I've always said it, I'm totally against illegal immigration. That Somalian fraud thing, that needs to be handled. There's a lot of things that needs to be handled, even in Minneapolis. But I think they need to change the methods. I think ICE's presence is too extra. They're doing too much extra shit. That's how I see it. I think the top leaders need to sit down on both sides. The mayor of Minneapolis, the governor, I don't know, top ICE agents, they need to sit down and figure it out because a lot of people are going to get hurt. A lot of people are going to get hurt and what's going to happen is that they're not going to focus on the objective. 2,000 more agents going to Minneapolis. I think that's just escalating the situation. I think they need to hold off top officials just sit down. You guys are the authorities. Sit down and figure it out. Because if not, a lot of people are going to get hurt. I mean, there could be a state revolutionary war there. You don't know. Anyway, guys, all we could do is pray and hope for the best in Minneapolis, guys. You guys already know, man. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the screen. Peace, love, and God bless.